And welcome back here to SGLive, and we've got both of our runners here. Over to my right, we have Jay Coper, and to my left, we have, well, El Soa, but to his left, we got F. Coughlin. So, GG to both of you guys. First, I'll talk to Jay Coper. What's your thoughts on this run?
Um, I don't know. I feel like I played really well in both seeds and made good decisions, but I finished not having the silvers in either race, so that's just not a good feeling. So I don't know. Pretty disappointed.
Unfortunately, in your case, it just came down to the fact that the silvers were in 9, and both times you found the opposite item, and you explored a little bit more than you ended up bailing.
Yeah, I mean, I I found I found Ganon and Zelda and the first item both times, and I still had quite a bit of 9 left to explore, and it can take a long time, so I decided to check the other items. But I think Fred found everything both times, so that's no excuse on my part. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know. I don't know.
I think what you just have to chalk this is unfortunate luck.
I guess so. I'm not sure. It's hard to say without watching it back or something like that. But
I mean, both of you ended up entering level 9 at both the same time. I mean, it was within seconds of each other. So I would just definitely talk this down to unfortunate luck. Also,
Yeah, I mean, the gambles that you made going into 9 were good ones to make. You gambled on 6, which is a large dungeon. You found the Triforce in 7, so it's like, okay, bail, go to 9. Those all made sense. And leaving 9 also made sense because you had everything there. It's just the luck wasn't there at the moment.
yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I just feel like I spent a lot of time playing this game, like more than anyone basically, and I feel like I'm one of the best players. But every tournament I play in, best I've gotten is like tied for 7th or something, maybe tied for 5th once. I don't know, but so I don't know. I feel like I'm really letting myself down in these situations, but
You are a fantastic player at this. This game, especially once you get up to that high level, comes down to a lot of luck. You had, especially from, again, what they're saying, you found Ganon, you found Zelda, you found one item. You made the right play statistically. You had a two-thirds chance that it was outside of 9 without anything else on the table. And as you said, you're exploring, 40 rooms at that point, which is even a little bit bigger probably than that level 6 was. So, going back to 7, which you probably cleared a decent amount of, you got 6, that was definitely the right play. You've shown constantly in these tournaments that you make it far, and when it gets to the top, it really just comes down to those coin flips. And, as I said, you're a fantastic player, and, looking forward to seeing more of it coming on here.
yeah, I think the second one ended up being 50-50 because the raft was
Oh,
outside
Raft, of
and
course.
still left.
Yep.
Yeah. Um, Honestly, I don't know if I was really thinking about that when I saw it. I was like, oh yeah, that's got to be outside of 9 yet. I was thinking about that in the first race. The fact that I had all of the uh, items that couldn't be in 9 already.
Right.
Um, but I mean, here it didn't matter because there were two locations outside of 9, so it was 50-50. And I mean, the math was still very similar anyway. So, um, but yeah, Fred and Jam are certainly very good players, and um, I'm sure they're going to put on a great show again later this evening, or who knows when this is being restreamed and what the restream schedule might be. But for us, it's later this evening, so.
yeah, absolutely. We're gonna try to get this on right after we're done with this here. We'll have that coming up in a little bit. First, we got SMW coming up soon here, as we've already got on our screen. Let's go ahead and talk to Fred here. One last thing I do want to say to Jay Coper is you definitely finished in 4th. You got yourself into the semifinalist position here, so you're definitely walking away a little bit of prize money for this. So, GG and congratulations to you.
Yeah, thanks. It was hardly like a slugfest to get there or anything, we didn't quite have a huge turnout for this, but um, it's nice to come away with a little something, I guess.
Yeah, definitely taking away a little bit of the prize money of what is a 1,500 or rather a 1,400 prize pool is definitely nothing to sneeze at here. Let's go ahead and talk to Fred here really briefly. Congratulations on your win here. What did you think about your level of play here as you went through the early levels? You had really rough overworld on the first go around, and then in the second one you had, what was it, Lionel's and Wizrobes together. Oh my!
Oh, that was really nasty. On both of those seeds, I kept an eye out on I was keeping an eye on my money, because if I'd had enough money, I was probably actually considering buying a blue ring just to try to make sure I survived, especially on the first seed with the start where it was. It just was a bit of a nasty one, but was able to find red ring, and fortunately the items chained together reasonably well to make it so we hopefully got to the end there.
Yes, I was. I'm not gonna lie. I was over here rooting for the 5-chain reaction seed in game 2.
He was trying to make us late for our train.
Clearly, that's what the motive was, because y'all needed to stay down here longer. But it was interesting that in both seeds, the money wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great in the first seed, and then in the second seed, it was like here's 116, here's 40, here's a bunch of money.
Yeah.
So we were thinking that before red ring had been found, the blue ring was going to be a lot more of an option in game 2, just because the money was a little bit better.
Yeah, and as I said, that was definitely on my mind in the blue one, especially seeing Wizrobes and stuff, combined with yet another tough enemy there in the dungeons. It was a tough one, but got lucky. I found the red ring where I did, and made that kind of a moot decision.
Now we move on to the finals. You play the person that you raised in SGDQ, Jam Eviler.
Jam is an incredible opponent. He has a knack just to feel the seed and make those right decisions like almost all the time. It's really hard to play against him. He has a very high level of combat. He's an incredibly tough player, so I'm just gonna play as best as I can, have some fun, and hope to try to even our overall record.
We'll see how it goes in the finals.
Absolutely.
Give it up for both of these runners, Jay Coper and F. Coughlin. And we've got more here from SGLive in Herndon, Virginia, coming up in just a few moments here on Speed Gaming.
All right.
Pretty sure I know Mev does the same, but he doesn't go for force. So
Oh, I
guys
forgot
go
about that
around.
one. Hi, welcome back to SGLive, and we're going to be going to the Super Mario World Finals very shortly as after this little test.
More game audio.
You should talk too.
Can you hear me? Hello, test.
I can
1
hear
2
you.
1 2.
Can he be a little should he be a little louder, or is he okay?
Test 1 2 1 2. Alrighty, how's that now?
That's a lot clearer.
Okay.
Yeah, like once this goes live across the internet, you need to be loud.
All right. I think it's on Mev sound. Currently. Game sound good for you?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SpeedGaming Live. We are here today for the Super Mario World Finals between Lanxion and mevanstrom. I'm Mr. Cab, joined today, what is it, Dabs?
Yes, it is
It's
Dabs.
We just met at this event. This has been a great meeting up of speed gamers of all kinds. So let's, without further ado, introduce our runners. You have the info.
First, we have Lanxion, and then we also have a mevanstrom. I believe both runners here do have a 35, which is a very, very good time to have in this category. With no further ado, I believe we are ready to get started. Would you guys like a countdown?
Just readying our runners up.
All right, and we're off.
And we are off. This category that we are playing today, we're talking about 34s and 35s. This is the all castles category of the game. So our runners, their really only objective is to go through all 7 worlds, destroy all 7 castles, and of course defeat Bowser himself in his own castle. Like, you know, every other category of this game, we start out with Yoshi's Island 2.
Classic.
Just test out our runners here, make sure everybody's, you know, showing up for the game.
Making sure their controllers work right.
Yep. It really is the anticipation level of this where you just kind of, it's an introductory level of the game, but it immediately is going to be followed by Yoshi's Island 3, which is a much bigger challenge. So it's just sort of getting through here, testing out your nerves, making sure everything works, getting used to the environment.
Now
making sure Go ahead.
Now, you can actually get a 361 on this level. It only saves, I think, barely any time, but it actually is due to luck with the luck jump off those yellow blocks at the end. You do a neutral jump, and you can actually get a 361 on the timer. Doesn't really make for any difference in a run of 35 minutes, though.
Oh, it is like Super Mario World tradition almost to kind of look at that timer at the end of every stage, and with Mario's oscillating run speed, making sure you get that little extra tick on the timer every single time through. And this is Yoshi's Island 3. This is the level we were looking forward to. You saw the box jump very early in the level. There's just a lot of precise jumping going on here.
And now what they're trying to do actually is stay on those brown platforms for as long as they can, because what those brown platforms actually do is when you're staying on them for as long as you can, they actually push you forward to the level to give you a little bit extra frames, a couple frames throughout the level. You see Lanxion did actually get a 258 there. mevanstrom did get a 259, so we did stay on those brown platforms to actually get that extra in-game second.
mevanstrom just with that really slight lead here going into Yoshi's Island 4.
As you can tell, it's nothing too crazy.
Oh, it's definitely not. Yoshi's Island is always this sort of, it's almost the warm-up. Every category starts with it, but you are looking, you are paying attention, seeing what's going on. Nobody going for a shell jump. That would have been the first sort of differentiator here.
Both runners did actually stomp on that shell, though, so it does actually get rid of a few lag frames throughout the rest of the level.
Despawning everything we can.
Both runners with a 275. Now we're actually going to be heading into Iggy's Castle, which is also probably another one of the levels in this run where things actually start to get a little tricky.
Now, Iggy's Castle, you're right, it's a little tricky. We got to jump under a few of these Koopas on the fences. There's just lots of low...
That first jump right there, too, is very, very tricky, and that's actually why you stay small throughout the whole run up until this level.
They had 2 midway gates they could have gone through at this point to get up to be Super Mario, and they wait until this one just for those jumps. If you're not comfortable, you can always, get one of those early ones, not worry about tanking the hit on those Koopas. But this is the top tier of the tournament.
This is our first auto-scroller of the level. Is it the only one?
I think this is the only one. We're not going to the fabled Butter Bridge in this run. Or the Forest Fort.
Correct.
We're here for castles today.
Let's see what kind of kill they take on Iggy. Okay, both with the 2 fireballs each. There's a little bit of another different kill there. You can do a slide kill. Saves a few frames, nothing too crazy. But yeah, both runners end in there. Lanx with a nice 241, meaning he actually did probably get the fastest. Well, not the fastest, but very good Iggy.
Yep. Getting a little bit of that time back. Looks just by the location they are in the cutscene. Mev is a little ahead after World 1. Not too much. We are definitely looking to see what happens later on this run. We haven't even begun to see the tricks yet.
Yeah, we're actually going to be going into World 2 now, which we do finally pick up that cape.
Ooh. Don't lose cape.
Yes. And they're going to want to actually keep that Fire Flower, too, for the whole run up until Roy's Castle.
Pretty much, I think it's 3 Koopalings, besides just Iggy himself there, that we're going to want to have fireballs for to make the fight a little faster, a lot faster, and a little faster.
All right, so now what they're trying to do here, you probably won't be able to tell, but they're actually trying to get their flight speed. They're going to be tapping right on that D-pad to change their flight speed. Your flight speed can actually change from 47 to 51, 51 being the highest and the fastest. That's what they're going to be looking for in most cases. It is very hard to tell, yeah.
Just those little bits of time here and there. You hope that's not the difference, or maybe you hope it is the difference, because maybe you don't want to see everybody, you want to see everybody nail all the tricks. This is our water level.
First water level. Everyone loves water levels.
This one completely submerged, and we're going to go in this dry room here. If you get through this dry room almost perfectly, the big thing you're going for here is this Koopa shell. Getting that without any delay, and it looks like both runners managed to do that.
Very nice.
Mario swims significantly faster when he's carrying something, and Lanx lost his shell a little sooner than Mev did.
As you can tell, you go a lot slower in the water without an item in your hand, but they do pick up the P-switch halfway through. Continue with that nice item speed in the water.
You can go under that little platform there, get to the end. So despite everything, it's really only 2 ticks on the timer. There's probably just a couple of real-time seconds separating the two now.
Yep. Mev still with a little bit of a lead. Now we're entering our first ghost house as well. This ghost house has nothing too crazy about it. You're just going to fly through the first room, get to the door. Probably the only thing hard about this room is getting actually that door on the first try.
This is sort of the introductory ghost house. It's home of the fabled top secret area exit. A little trouble with the door. Door is the final boss.
Another final boss.
Ancient Super Mario World memes here. But they're still true. But that's going to bring us to Donut Plains 3. The big trick here is we're going to see them, I'm hoping we're going to see them go for fast fly.
Early, yep.
You can run to the left, build up some flight speed. It's not too slow. But you can save 1 or 2 seconds, go straight to the right, make a quick jump onto this platform.
Very nice from Mev. Gets it first try.
There you go.
And same with Lanx.
Very nice.
And now what they're trying to do here, like I said before, they're trying to get that fast flight, hoping for that 51 lock to get through the level as fast as possible.
Usually you're just looking to see how fast are these coins really scrolling by on the screen. Is there any sort of distortion or anything else?
Still very hard to tell.
You're looking for that 263.
Very nice from Mev. Did get actually that insta-fast fly because he got a high 263 in the timer. Same with Lanxion. Very nice.
Very nice. So I think we're getting Yoshi now.
We are. We're heading into DP4, and we will be going ahead and grabbing Yoshi for a trick you'll be seeing later on in the run, about 2 levels after this one.
Do want to fly a little lower in this level. There's some clouds up there, some random para-Goombas later on, well, at least like the parachuting Goombas. But we're here for Yoshi. You just want to make sure you don't overfly him.
Very nice grab from mevanstrom.
Now with Yoshi, you can't just go ahead and tap left anymore, so you have to be a little careful. Neither runner really interested in getting that star out of the block. We want to go fast. So it's a little tricky here. Going under the hammer, brother. Very nice.
I see a lot of people do that, but I always think it's sketchy.
Lanx wants nothing to do with that route. Cannot blame him.
All right, so now we're going to be heading into Morton's Castle, where we can show off some really cool cape tech in Room 2.
If you ever watch the no cape categories, this is what you're missing out on.
He actually hit the little thwimp right there, so he wasn't able to actually get the quick P speed. Lanx did get it first try, so that will bring him a little bit closer now.
That is good. So here comes spin flying. So in the game's memory, there's this little thing. It's like a takeoff meter. And when you jump with P speed and a cape, that starts running out. And
Okay,
you have to wait again. And
as you can tell right there, mevanstrom actually ran into the spring a little bit too much there, so it actually killed his P meter, it seemed like right there.
he's not going to
Missing
take it the
that
rest of the
cycle,
way.
yeah. Not a bad choice to not take it at that point. Could be very in your way if you're not used to doing this way or not.
And Lanx there, you saw him switch to fire, hits Morton with 2 fireballs, and then 1 more stomp to finish the job. I think the Koopalings take either 11 fireballs, 3 stomps, or 2 fireballs and 1 stomp.
Yes.
Game logic.
So. Yeah.
Either way, that is a trick. It saves a handful of seconds. We're going to see that again with Roy. We're going to see it again with Ludwig. Definitely the reason we're not just getting that backup cape immediately through this category.
And then there goes Mevson cleaning up the rest of Castle 2 there. As you can tell, missing a cycle in Castle 2 can be very hurtful. There's still a lot that can go on in this run. All castles is one thing can go wrong and a lot of other things can just keep happening, but let's just see what we can have here coming up with wings.
Wings. We have a lot.
Very hard to explain.
Basically, inside the game's memory, I believe it comes down to certain items appear on certain horizontal tiles, if there's a tile there. And for whatever reason in this game, if you jump and throw a shell up at the exact right point in time, the game just sort of duplicates blocks. Doing that here and collecting that dragon coin just... Really, that's the best I can explain it. Weird things happen, and you get Yoshi wings. And
Lanx
Yoshi
happened
wings,
with
of course,
360.
end the level.
Yeah. So Lanx there got a 360. Not bad, especially in a tournament run. It's a very hard trick to actually execute. Mev going for the right side.
You do need to collect that coin before duplicating the wing block. You don't want to see the key block.
All right. Mev a little bit better success on his wings, though, getting it about 7 in-game seconds faster.
Very nice. Dabs now in the underwater section of Vanilla Dome 2. You see him kind of dropping the shell now and again and caping it just to make sure the Buzzy Beetle stays knocked out. Don't want it waking up while you're holding it. That's bad. That's how you lose a cape. Once you get underneath all this section, we're going to go for Sticky Fly.
Nice, and he does get it.
There you go. The trick describes itself. You just need to tap left kind of at the right moment of that dive, and Mario just sticks to the ceiling. Don't need to dodge everything else. The bats get out of your way.
Not really faster or slower, just swag.
It's definitely a lot safer, too,
It
though,
is 'cause
because
of
you
the
don't
bats.
deal with those bats.
Correct, yeah.
There's no gain in speed. It's just not needing to dodge. It's Lynx in the first room of this ghost house. There's a lot of bad things on the lower level of this ghost house. We don't want to see them.
Gonna be going for a little cape cancel here through this little boo ring. Oh, he goes right over it. Oh, there. Never mind.
There you go. Build P-Speed running right underneath these bubbles. Now, this is the first ghost house where you're required to get a P-switch in the game no matter what you do. Okay. Okay.
A little scary, but I think everything was fine there.
This is fine.
Yes. Got really slow off that. It was really weird, actually.
Yeah, sometimes the jump input just doesn't want to work for you. Fortunately, the cape, you just float down there. You're still holding the P-switch. That's all you need.
Now we got Mev going for it as well to grab this P-switch to get that blue door. Ooh, missed it.
So without P-Speed, it's a little bit of time lost having to run back over here. As Lank's now in Vanilla Dome 3, this level's a beast. And this, I feel like this is the level a lot of people like in all castles over your traditional No Star World run, because you show off a lot of tech in this level.
Very nice raft skip right there.
It is not trivial to build up P-Speed in the first half of this level and get that fly off the raft, bounce off, I believe those are the blargs that live in the lava. What is that jump?
That is that's a very cool strat, actually. You do a shell jump at the beginning, and then you hit the shell actually coming up from that little Koopaling throws up, and you get a quicker opening of Yoshi right there. We have Lanx going for the normal Yoshi skip, it looks like here. There's a bunch of different ways you can do a strat right there. You have normal Yoshi skip, which you just saw Lanx do, Blarg skip, and then there's also raft skip.
Flying there, I mean, that raft moves slow. You don't want to do it. Anything that gets you in the air faster is usually good. We do need to keep Yoshi, though. Kind of once again, there is a wings opportunity coming up. Specifically in this case, we're going to have... what is that? That's the Cheese Bridge.
Cheese Bridge area, isn't
it?
it?
It's been so long since I've had to name that level.
Cheese Bridge area, and you get the Yoshi wings halfway through with Yoshi. It saves a significant amount of time.
Significant.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very nice from Mev as well, getting the Yoshi skip.
Does mean that you do have to go through Vanilla Dome 4 with Yoshi as well. There's some nice one-tile takeoff there. You do have to make sure you're landing at the right points in this level. You have to come in here with a plan, know where you're going to land, where you're going to keep going, where you're going to bounce off of Koopas.
Pretty much all scripted.
It is scripted, but execution in a tournament is key.
All right, so we're going to have Lanxion going ahead and entering Castle 3, which is Lemmy's Castle.
This castle, our first introduction to Magic Koopa.
He can be a pain.
Nobody likes him.
Yeah. It's pretty much all RNG, his movements, but you see, okay, he did actually go for the kill, which I would do that 100 times every time, probably. So
it's definitely the safest way to do it.
Because he can spawn pretty much anywhere in this area you see him now. Could spawn right in front of that door, too. It's all random.
That nice little trick there, you just let go of your run buttons as you spin fly over that P-switch. Mario will trigger the P-switch. You'll drop the spin jump so that you don't destroy the blocks as you land on them. It's just fast.
Nice neutral speed jump.
Of course, going through the midway room also just a little faster, a little safer than getting to the end of the level otherwise for this first room.
All right, he's going to be attempting a little skip here. And he does
Nice.
get it.
That's a little tricky. I actually had a ton of trouble with that
At
when I was
first.
playing this game with LCD. Anything that has input lag. So that's a tight jump. Cape of proving itself critical in this section for speed. You're seeing just flying upwards to save some cycles, hovering on that long jump before here we get to the Lemmy fight itself.
Now, these Lemmy spawns can be very mean sometimes, so that left spawn wasn't that bad. That's a good spawn right there as well. Let's hope for another good one. Not bad at all. Very nice fight.
Sometimes you're just in the wrong side of the room, that Podbo gets in the way, and Lemmy is just unhittable.
And
of course-
missing a cycle, I think, is about 8 seconds or so. Maybe something like
It's a
that.
decent number of seconds. Third hit, you're probably feeling a little safer about it. There is a cape at the very beginning of the next level, but certainly you don't want to lose your power-ups almost ever. 2 hits. Lynx is
Very nice as
waiting
well.
on this
Good fight.
Very nice.
And now we'll be going ahead and entering Cheesebridge area.
My favorite thing about this is that the speed strat matches the strategy guide from Mario Mania way back when in the early 90s. You just bring Yoshi, you run to the end of the bridge, and you jump.
And you hold it.
This is your traditional Mario speedrun strat of hold, run, hold right, and just hope for the best. And it happens to work here.
So you're going to see that they're going to hit a block. They're going to activate these wings here. And since they have Yoshi, they'll exit the level right away.
Nice, and we're going to keep Yoshi. Going to need Yoshi really just in a few more levels. It's worth it to keep him. Blue Yoshi's pretty nice in its own right.
Especially for FY1 also. Could be a very tricky level. This level too, if you don't really know what you're doing in Cookie Mountain, could definitely go wrong. There's a lot of things, a lot of like random enemies in certain spots. If you drop in the wrong spot, you can just go ahead and get hit. Lose Yoshi. Not the worst thing to lose Yoshi at this spot, but it does lose some time.
Like you said, it's a little easier to get through Forest 1 with Yoshi. We need Yoshi for Forest 2 anyway, so you're just going to have to sit through that egg hatching animation if you lose Yoshi. There's a couple of other ways through this stage as well, where you can just... There is a turtle shell available, but it's a little bit slower than just running through. And if you're at this tier of runner, you're getting your 35s, don't bother. Just beat the stage.
Now you have Lanxion entering Ludwig's Castle, castle number 4. It's a pretty cool castle. You got a couple cape cancels early on in the beginning of room 1.
Oof.
Let's see what strategy goes for here.
The strange room where you run left.
Fly left.
Tap right. I don't
Very
like this
nice.
room. But yes, getting under those potaboos, again, not trivial. Very easy to kind of jump into one of them by accident, hold the fly button just a little too long. And Lanx is going to switch here early to fire. You can certainly jump up here with the cape, but a lot of runners will switch to fire just to make sure if you do get hit, you would rather keep the cape than keep the fire.
It's a very nice castle 4 from Lanxion. mevanstrom going through room 2 as well now.
Very nice.
I actually do a scroll in the beginning of that room just so those potobos are always out of the way. Does lose time, but I'll never get hit.
There's losing time, and there's losing time from damage. And,
Yes.
Yes. Definitely.
Very nice. 255 red door from Mev. Very nice Ludwig Castle. That was very well done.
Ludwig fight, if you don't come in here with fire, that is, what, like about a 16-second time loss
It's
per
a
cycle?
lot because the cycle he has the, what is it, like the shell?
He runs around the room, he jumps. You can get like a kind of semi-cycle skip.
You can if you hit him midair.
Right. Fortunately, we didn't have to see that on stream today because we got the quick kill.
Still have fire, and they actually just need, hopefully they'll keep fire up until this next boss. Because that's
Very
when they won't
nice.
need it ever again.
Here's where blue Yoshi kind of pays off a little bit. That block there is where you could have picked up a green Yoshi. We've got the blue one from way back when. And with the shell, we just keep flying over the level because that's blue Yoshi's shtick.
But I think, let's see, yep,
Ooh.
he is going for wings here, Lanxion, on his screen. So this trick is insanely crazy. He did lose P speed. That's not the worst thing that could happen, though. So he actually needs to spin Yoshi. Can't
Whoops.
actually attempt it because he hit the block. So we're just going to continue on with the level and end the level right there.
That was a little scary because eating a Wiggler on Yoshi at speed will often get Mario hit even though he's riding Yoshi. So
It's very weird, the hitbox that works on the Wigglers and the interaction with Yoshi eating them.
yeah, especially with that green shell readily available there. It's very nice to use that clear runway. Fortunately, Lanx is through without too much of a time loss, just losing the time sort of going down there in the first place.
All right, so you see he did a little dismount there right in the beginning of the level. It's to manipulate his sub-pixel. This clip is very nice. Gets it
Easy every
first try.
time.
So that clip actually right there is a 75% chance of working and a 25% chance of it just kicking you out for no reason, even if you do everything right. So getting it first try there in a tournament run just like this is exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah, grabbing the ice block. There's a small chance there of accidentally coming back inbounds and just sort of ruining that effort of doing the clip in the first place.
Very nice from mevanstrom
Nice.
as well. Both get first try clip.
You
Very
ne-
well done.
You never want to see a race decided by that because that, like you were saying, there is a little bit of sub-pixel manipulation going on there. It's possible to be kind of stuck here forever. Everybody's done it in a race. Every SMW runner of old has like a run of theirs where they have that clip named after them because it took them like 15 tries, and getting through here on first try, beautiful.
Yes, very well done. Like I said, you can do everything right there, and the game will just not allow it. Or I should say Yoshi won't.
I think I saw Dirty Bubble.
Looking at Mev's screen, did not. I did not see.
Lanx just flying through this level. Forest 3, not a particularly difficult stage. It's kind of interesting in that there's really only those mushrooms and bubbles as a power-up. And, of course, the exit situation. The first time people play this game, very often they don't even think about going down this pipe, and you get kind of stuck in the Forest of Illusion loop. Of course, we all know by now that's where the secret exit is to actually leave and go to a castle. This is Roy's one.
You got Roy's Castle here. Very tricky castle. A lot of cape tech involved. You're going to want to dodge these potobos right here. A lot of different ways, a lot of different strats people use. You're going to want to do a dive bomb. Very nice done by Lanxion. Gets through there.
A little low, that's fine. Definitely if you're worried
You
about
wanna
getting
make
to
it
the spike
across.
section,
Yeah.
yes. Just stop, take the breath, and go.
Little hiccup there for Lanx in the beginning, but very well recovered. Grabs a fire flower there. That's the last time he'll be using this fire flower.
Let's grab.
2 shots and a bounce on his head. Roy's done.
That's nice and safe. Little close to that first pot bow actually for Mev.
He is through. Everything's all good.
Hmm? Very nice.
70 door. Very nice.
Roy's Castle, definitely one of the bigger make or break levels in any category of this game that goes through Roy's Castle. If you take a bath in the lava, you're basically running back. You're hunting for a cape out of Forest 1.
All the way back at Forest.
It's
1.
not fun.
Not fun. I've done it plenty of times.
And Roy's Castle kind of, it's a little bit of the beginning of a gauntlet.
Yep.
With cape, Chocolate 1, not too bad. But Chocolate Ghost House, Chocolate Secret, Wendy's Castle, a lot of not so fun levels kind of packed together here.
You have Lanxion entering Chocolate Island 1 now. He's going to be attempting a trick called Pipe Fly, where you keep your P meter going through a pipe, and when you get shot out the pipe, you actually go a little bit faster than you normally can. It's you have a 64 flight speed out of the pipe instead of what you normally could have out of a Cape Fly, which is a 51 flight speed.
Very nice.
So as you can tell, he is flying through this level very fast right now.
It's just a little time lost at the transition, but it's easily worth it. And
Going for the backup cape, not a bad plan at all.
run back, grab the cape. Backup cape, never a bad idea in a race. That's what Link Dead always told me.
I think mevanstrom did happen to miss it there.
No, he's got it.
Wow. Very nice.
Just carrying an item through the goal, of course, gives you an item. In this case, gives you the cape because that's what you've already got. Mev gonna forsake the backup cape and try and make up some time.
Which also isn't the worst thing as well, as long as you don't get hit, because you can grab your extra backup cape right at the beginning of Sunken Ghost Ship after Wendy's Castle.
Just gotta get there.
Mm-hmm.
Link's flying all the way to the end there. A little risky.
Made it through the door.
You don't want to cape cancel through Fishing Boo, and only to get hit because you're falling too slowly. Very nice boo bounce, though.
I got Mev attempting the flyover. And in this level, actually, there is a pipe hidden off the screen about halfway through the level, which you can hit, and it can actually mess up a lot of things.
Yeah, it's right. It's right after the power-up. If you're flying too high, it's very easy to bump into it, and your
Everything's out
flight
of
speed's
whack.
basically done.
Yeah. They're actually going to be, so he sees Lanx here in Chocolate Island 2 now. He's going to be grabbing Yoshi. You want to actually keep this Yoshi now all the way up until Valley of Bowser 2. If you lose this Yoshi anywhere between there and pretty much then and now, instant minute time loss, I'd say.
Yep, it's easily worth it to come back and get that Yoshi pretty much no matter what over going through the maze of Valley of Bowser 2. This is, of course, also the level. Technically, they have to go fast here, but your time limit to get to that secret exit pipe is, what, like 250 on the timer?
Yeah.
Nothing too much to worry about, especially with this second room just being hold right and jump again. Chocolate Secret, though, is an interesting level.
Very interesting level. A lot of different strats also people use here. See Lanx. Very close left.
Just
football.
dodging the football.
Yeah.
When we said we were having this race on Sunday, that's not what we meant.
Maybe entering in room 2. Now he's going to want to do a little duck right there to kill those so he can actually keep a little bit of his P speed, run down that slope. Now he has full P meter right now, so he's actually dropping down this level as fast as you possibly can.
Just need to go back and forth a little
Very
bit
nice.
faster, a little faster than just holding down and sliding down the slope. Do the hold right and take off from here. There's a few ways to build up P-speed at the start of this stage. That's, of course, the fast one.
This room could be a little tricky as well with Yoshi. You have a bunch of chucks in front of you running around.
It's another case of making sure you know where you're supposed to land and take off. That really steeply sloped platform as well. You don't want to land on those if at all possible. It's possible to kind of clip through them because the ground in this game decides it doesn't want to exist. Nice from Lanx. Mev needs to hold serve.
About halfway through room 3 now for Mev. But you do have Lanxion entering Wendy's castle, which is by far probably my favorite castle in this run.
Wendy's castle is torture.
That's great. I love it. So you're going to do a couple cape cancels here in the beginning. One on that saw, one right here on this saw, and then you're also going to go ahead and do a crusher skip. Cape cancel through that saw and get right under that crusher right there. Very nicely done by Lanx.
Crusher skip is a risky thing. It lets you one cycle that whole section, though, so it saves an awful lot of time. These spikes, of course, if you get impaled by them, you are dead.
Very nice room 1 from Lanxion. Don't think you want a P-speed there, but I think... Oh, okay, this is...
You wanted that because there's a vertical block coming up very soon. You want to try and sneak under, and he's not going to risk it.
I wouldn't risk it either. Good decision right there.
There's
a little bit of time for Mev to make up, though.
That is a lot of time Mev's getting back just for that alone. Let's see if Mev can get through this room. Not going for P-speed at all. Oh,
gets...
Okay.
Okay, very nice.
First hit on Wendy for Lanx.
I believe he told me he did do that. Looks like it worked out for him.
Lanx dropped the cycle. Barely caught the second one.
Right now. Wow. This race, very close.
Mev's going to lose the cape. That's fine. That's fine. There's a cape block, and honestly, at this point of the run...
all he wants to do is keep this fire right now. That's it.
Yeah, just keep the power.
Very nice.
Top-tier runners of this game at this point pretty much know how to get through these last few levels without a cape. There's no more fly over the top of the screen and tap left. So losing cape, not catastrophic. Like you were saying earlier, there's a backup cape at the beginning of this next stage, the sunken ghost ship anyway.
No time loss at all, just to grab it as well. So
Very nice.
So now they're going to be entering Sunken Ghost Ship, which is right before entering Valley Bowser. What they're going to want to do in Sunken Ghost Ship, now they're probably both going to be going for a Boo Ring despawn towards the end of Room 1, which requires certain spots where you have to dismount off the ceiling with Yoshi into a couple of boos, which you'll see right here shortly. But first, there is actually Room 1. That's in Room 2. Sorry.
Yeah, we're going to be looking...
he has 2 capes, actually. Didn't notice that, so he doesn't have to actually go and grab that back up. He did grab that from Chocolate Island 1.
If you look at the pattern that these boos are going to kind of spawn in when they appear and disappear in like the giant cloud, there's kind of only 2 setups, and they always kind of start centered on you in the same place. And at the end of, not this one, but the next one, you're going to see towards the right side, there's these 2 boos right there next to that pillar that are kind of on top of each other. The next cycle of them, we're going to see at the end of this block. You're going to look for those 2, and where are they? That's a good position.
Looks pretty good, I think. I don't think he needs to scroll here.
Yeah, he might want to scroll anyway just to be safe, because that'll definitely get it. That was very close to the scrollless alignment, where you don't have to scroll at all, and that boo ring just disappears, because the boo ring... the boo cloud hasn't despawned yet, and the boo ring is what gets dropped from memory.
Scroll from mevanstrom as well.
Just being able to get through there. With Yoshi, it's not as important because you could just kind of damage boost through anyway, but it's faster to not.
Alrighty, and they're falling down this room.
Nothing to do here but kill the Koopas. It's just a lot of lag here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have Lanxion going ahead and grabbing his
Orb.
orb.
The original, except no imitations. And again,
Mev. Orb.
Orb.
Very nice. Both runners heading into Valley of Bowser now. Not that much in between this race.
Yeah, the Morton drop is still kind of looming large here.
Yeah.
But Wendy's Castle gave Mev a lot of time back. So Lex now gets to navigate Valley of Bowser 1. Similar to those Wigglers, these Mega Moles can damage Mario even on Yoshi, so you have to be a little careful as you eat them.
Janky hitboxes.
Whoop.
Okay, we're good.
It's all right.
That last one, too, is very, very scary sometimes.
That's the one that gets people, because it's very easy to get trapped between a couple of moles down there. There it is.
That's what it is.
He's going to wait and get that fire flower back for sure, but this kind of goes back to what I was saying. This level, you kind of need to know how to do it without a cape. Next stage does have a cape in it, but it takes time to grab.
Halfway through in room 1 or at the end of room 2. You can pretty much pick your choice at that point.
Yep.
But this is actually where you see Lanxion, Valley of Bowser 2, and this is where you keep Yoshi 2. Because you enter this pipe right here going into room 2. Right there, hit that box, and you get your Yoshi wings and the level is over. A lot faster than going through that sandbar.
I'm abandoning Yoshi here just to save some lag as we move along. Not having P-Speed because he went to get this cape. Going to grab that rainbow shell. Fly over this level for free while Lanx handles the ghost house.
I think he went for door fly there, but he did have like a little wall clip, it looked like, at the end, getting into that door.
Kind of similar to pipe fly, just keeping P-Speed through it.
Ooh.
That'll do it. Didn't get through the fast way, but he did get through. That's what's important. Don't have to build up P-Speed fly up there again. Secret exit takes us directly to our 7th castle, Larry's.
Room 1 is pretty straightforward. Jump up, fly. Could be a little tricky
door
because
fly.
of those very...
Oh!
No.
That's why door fly is a risky trick. It pays off, and it's a lot of fun to watch it happen, but there is no ground, no room for error there.
Lanx in room 2, which is, in my opinion, one of the hardest rooms in the game. Because you got Magic Koopa in there. This is your second time you see Magic Koopa in the run.
Yep.
And he can just pretty much spawn wherever he likes on that bridge. He can be in front of you, behind you, and just completely wreck your day.
Yep. And you don't want to take damage in that room. Not having cape and not having Magic Koopa means you're just kind of stuck waiting. Larry not quite sliding off the island. A little bit of time lost, but oh well.
We have Mev going for... Looks like door fly again.
Wants to nail this trick.
Very nice.
That's what the people paid to see.
Very
nice.
278 kilo.
That's what you're going for there. You don't want to kind of grab that ledge at all, just go through. We got interrupted while we were talking about Larry's castle earlier. But you're right, it's pretty straightforward. Just
This
kinda
room 1 right here. You just got to watch out for those ball chains. But right here, what you're going to see Mev do is do a scroll to the left. It looks like he's pausing the screen, which essentially he is. Does that so you can get a certain spawn on that Magic Koopa right there. Or I believe it's actually for the pencil, sorry.
Yeah.
That pencil spawns at a weird time.
It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Lanx actually got a
Wow,
nice
very
door fly
nice.
in room 2. Mev, my goodness, running under those pencils.
Very nice.
SMW
And that's how
talent
you
on
want.
display here.
Yeah. That was a very nice Castle 7.
So the trick with this spike room, you look for that third sort of out protruding spike to go into the ceiling on the left side, then start running. You'll make it through every time.
Looking a little low here. Yep.
It's going to be a slow, dark room. Not a big deal. He's got a nice margin of error at this point.
And you have our first runner entering Bowser's fight. They're going to be attempting cape kill here.
Nice duck fly. That's frame perfect, right?
Yeah, I think so. Same frame as you hit down and jump.
So this is Bowser. Bowser likes to fly around, likes to throw Mecha Koopas, which traditionally you have to go throw back at Bowser, but we're going to go for the cape kill.
See here has that extra one. He's going to want to destroy it or get rid of it. Okay.
Nice. If
That
Bowser
works.
throws... There can only be 2 Mecha Koopas on the screen at once, so if Bowser throws 2, you did it. Oh, we're going to go for the skip here. Mario's iframes last just long enough.
Very nice D-boost from 5.
Get through that room a little bit faster.
What you're going to have Lanx attempting here is a trick called ball skip. Saves a lot of time on this Bowser fight. Essentially, you should have about, what, 2 balls being thrown out at you in one cycle?
There's
and
usually 2 balls in one cycle, right? Ooh. It's okay. This is fine. Ooh.
Oh, boy.
So we're going to see the second ball. He's wants to just defend this Mecha Koopa, though. He doesn't want it waking up again. He just wants to land that hit at this point and get 2 more Mecha Koopas.
Things got a little...
A little spicy.
Yeah.
So fortunately,
Gotta get
the
that hit.
Princess Peach does
Okay.
throw a mushroom to Mario at the start of cycles 2 and 3, or phases 2 and 3. You just need to avoid this fire. They come down just every other tile. It's pretty easy, and especially if it starts in the middle of the room, it should start despawning early enough, so he should be just fine here. Yeah, you can go for the early hit, or you could get the mushroom. The mushroom's definitely worth it. Losing it, the hit, not too bad. There's obviously a little bit of time loss
There
involved.
is, yeah, but it's not. I think it's probably the safe move at this point.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not comfortable being small in Bowser's fight.
It's 5, and that's 6.
6 hit on Bowser.
That's going to do it.
You'll have time for Lanxion on Peach. GG. Very nice.
Lanxion's going to win this tournament. Very
I believe
nice.
it was like a 36-22, which is a very solid time. Honestly, anything under like sub 40 in this category is a very good time.
Yeah, and
A lot of things can go wrong.
I think this has been pushed down into the, you were saying earlier, the mid-34 range.
OX maybe it's at now, this category, which is just insane. I think you have to top 10 in this category. You have to have a 34 at that point.
That's the Bowser hit we were going for. Mev's just going to wrap this up here.
Going for that 6th and final hit.
That'll do it for Mev. Very nice.
Very nice. GG.
GG's.
37
Give them a
flat.
round of applause for our top 2 here. Mev and Lanx, congratulations. I think we're going to get to talk to them for a few minutes after this.
I believe so.
GG's to everybody.
GG, guys. Nice.
So yeah, the really kind of Morton's started this.
Yeah, just
Lanx-
about.
Lanx
Right.
getting through there. Mev having a little bit of trouble, never quite able to close the gap. Definitely played strong though.
Once you lose a cycle in Morns, I believe it's anywhere from like 15 to 20 seconds. And as you can tell right there, that was just about, like you were saying, just
It's almost the difference. There's still some shenanigans later on this run. Lang's kind of dropping that cycle in Wendy's Castle.
cost
Just
them
taking
a little bit
too
as well.
long.
Yeah.
But then Doorfly sort of the final straw there.
Very true. and-
Especially with Cape Kill going a little awry on Lanx's side.
Wow. Yeah, it actually got a lot closer than it probably should have at the end right there with that, what was it, losing the cape on, what phase was that? First? Was it first? No, second phase.
It was the second phase. The
Yeah.
Mecha Koopa woke up on him,
Oh, that's
and
right,
he
he
was
was
still
throwing it
holding
up.
it. So we're just going to take a quick break, I think, and just let our runners take a breath first.